Okay, welcome everybody. We're going to start Sefer Yonah today. We're going to begin from Perek Aleph, and we're going to go pasuk by pasuk. We're going to go pretty quick, so follow along, and if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, Sefer Yonah begins, pasuk Aleph. Vayhi davar Hashem el Yonah ben Amitai lemor. So the word of Hashem came to Yonah ben Amitai. The name Amitai, I want you guys to think about what the word Amitai means. Think about where it comes from. The shoresh, the root of the word Amitai. So the word of Hashem came to Yonah in a prophecy, and he said, Kum leich el ninveh ha'ir hagdola ukra aleha ki alta ra'asam lefanai. I want you to get up, and I want you to go over to Nineveh, a tremendous big city, ukra aleha, and I want you to call out to them, ki alsa ra'asam lefanai, because there's a lot of evil that is going on in that city. So vayakam Yonah livroach tarshisha lifnei Hashem. So Yonah gets up and he runs away. He's boreach. He runs away to a place called Tarshish. Okay, to another city called Tarshish, and he runs away from Hashem. Vayered Yafo vayimsa aniya ba Tarshish vayitein schara vayered ba lavo yimahem Tarshisha lifnei Hashem. So as he's running away, he approaches a port in the city of Yafo, and he sees a boat about to depart to Tarshish, and he gives the men in charge of the boat his whatever amount of money they requested, and he got on the boat to run away to Tarshish. Okay, very strange reaction to Hashem's command, to Hashem's nevuah. Hashem asked him to go relay a message to the city of Nineveh, and Yonah, on the other hand, runs away and is apparently avoiding going to Nineveh, and he attempts to run away to the city of Tarshish. Now, very obvious questions that we need to be thinking about over here. How is it possible that Yonah, a Navi, obviously he's a Navi for a reason, he's a big tzaddik, and he knows a lot of Torah, and he obviously has a very good relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. How is it possible that somebody like that is running away from Hashem and trying to avoid Hashem's mission? And what is motivating Yonah to run away from this mission? This is something that we need to think about and really follow through as we go through these psukim. Pasuk Daled. V'Hashem heitil ruach gedola al hayam, v'hisar gadol bayam ve'aniyah chishva lihishaver. So Hashem didn't just give up on Yonah, didn't just say, okay, he doesn't want to do this mission, so therefore I'm just going to choose somebody else, which is another question. Why didn't Hashem just choose somebody else? But Hashem caused a tremendous ruach, a wind, a storm, a hurricane out at sea, and he caused this boat that Yonah was on to basically break down, to begin to drown, on the verge of complete collapse out at sea. Now, what's interesting is that it seems to be that this was the only boat that this was happening to out of all the other boats that were out at sea at this time. Pasuk Vayiru hamalachim vayizaku ish el elokav. So the men, the sailors that were on this boat with Yonah, all called out to their gods. Vayatilu es hakelim asher ba'aniyah elayam lehakel me'alayim. And they tried doing whatever they could to save their ship from drowning. So they threw anything they possibly could off of the boat to lighten the load, and maybe they would be able to save the ship from drowning. V'Yonah yarad el yarkisei hasfina vayishkav vayeradam. Yonah, however, had other ideas, and while everybody else is flipping out, petrified that their ship is about to go down, Yonah decides that this is the perfect time to go down to the bottom of the ship and take a nap. Okay, so he goes down with some snacks, with whatever he needed to make himself comfortable, and he lays down on the bottom of the ship while everybody is is petrified, saying their last prayer, is getting ready to die. Yonah goes down and takes a nap in the bottom of the boat. Pasuk Vav, Vayikrav Elav Rav HaChovel. So the captain of the ship comes down. Vayomer Lo Malachon Nirdam. And he says, what are you doing? How is it possible that you're going to sleep? Nirdam means sleep. Kum, get up. Kira El Elohecha. Go call out to your God. Ula Yis Ashid Halokim Lanu Velo Novid. Maybe it'll be possible that your God will have mercy on us, and he will not destroy our boat and kill all of us today. So the men decided that they needed to do something. So they came up with an idea to draw lots, to put everybody's name that was on the boat into a hat, and to choose and see whose name was going to come out, and whoever's name would come out, that was what the that was the reason for all of this, for all their trouble. So Vayomru Ish El Re'ehu Lechu v'napila goralos. Let's draw lots. A goral is like a lottery. So let's draw lots. V'neida b'shelmi hara hazos lanu. And then we'll know who's causing us all of this tsar, all this pain, all these difficulties. Vayapilu goralos vayipol hagoral al Yonah. So they drew lots. They did lotteries. And the lottery fell out on none other than Yonah himself. So the reason why I have highlighted the word goralos, because it's fascinating that the word goralos is plural. Goralos, goral is singular, but goralos is plural. So the question is, why did they draw more than one? So the Mefarshim explain that they kept on drawing lots over and over again, and every single time they drew a lot, they picked a name out of a hat. Every single time the name that would come out would be Yonah, and it was very clear to them that he was the cause of their problems. So Pasuk Ches, Vayomru Elav Hagida na lanu b'asher lemi hara hazos lanu ma malachtecha u'me'ayin tavo u'ma'artzecha ve'ei mizeh am ata. So they said to Yonah, they said, who are you? Where are you coming from? What are you doing? Why are you causing us all these troubles? What's your purpose here? Why are you on the boat to begin with? What's your mission? So Vayomer Aleim Ivri Anochi, and he said to them, I am an Ivri. I am a Jew. Ve'es Hashem Elokei Hashamayim Ani Yarei. And Hashem, the master of Shamayim, Ani Yarei, he's the one that I am scared of. He's the one I fear. Asher Asa Es Hayam V'Es Hayabasha. He's the one that created the sea and the earth. So Vayiru Hanashim Yira Gedola. So the Anashim, the sailors, were extremely scared. Vayomru Elav, and they said to him, Mazos Asisa, what could you have possibly done that got your God this upset that is causing our ship to sink? Ki yadu anashim kim lifnei Hashem hu barech ki higi lahem. They realized that everything that was happening to them was because of him, and that it was because of his God that they were suffering. So they said to him, Vayomru elav ma na'aseh lach vayishtoch hayam aleinu. They said, what could we possibly do so that we could calm the seas and everything will be okay? Ki hayam holich v'sower, because the sea is extremely dangerous, it's very choppy, and we're going to die. So what can we do now that you got us into this mess? What can we do to get us out? So Vayomer Aleihem Sha'uni vatiluni elayam v'yishtok hayam aleichem. So he says to them, no, the only thing that's going to help you at this point is if you take me and you throw me overboard, v'yishtok hayam aleichem, and then everything will subside and everything will be calm. Ki yodeya ani, because I know very well, ki bisheli hasar hagadol hazeh aleichem. That's all because of me that you guys are experiencing this, and it's not normal, it's not natural. If you take a look at all the other boats, nothing is happening to them. So vayachturu anoshim lahashiv el hayabashav lo yacholu. But they didn't want to listen to him. They felt bad. They didn't want to send him over. So they continued to row and paddle and try to get back to shore. V'lo yacholu, and they weren't able to. Ki hayam holich v'soer aleim. And it was too difficult. It was too It was too strong for them. Vayikru el Hashem, vayomru ano Hashem al na navda b'nefesh ha'ish hazeh al titain alinu dam naki. And they cried out to Hashem and they said, please do not make us kill this person, and do not harm innocent life. Ki ata Hashem kasher chafasta asisa. Because clearly, whatever you want, that is what you do. You're so powerful. Anything that you want to happen is going to happen. Please have rachmanus, have mercy. Don't make us kill this person, and don't kill us because we didn't do anything wrong. So finally, they realized that they had nothing left to do. It was their only hope. Vayisu es Yonah, vayitilu el hayam, and they threw Yonah overboard. Vayamod hayam yizafu, and finally, the sea became calm. Vayiru hanoshim yira gedola, and after witnessing this episode, these sailors were extremely scared of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They realized his awesomeness. Vayizbechu zevach la'Hashem, vayidru nidarim, and they brought karbanos. Once they got back to land, they brought karbanos to Hashem. Vayidru nidarim, and they made neders. They made promises. And Rashi says they actually converted because of this Maisa, because of this story. They were so unbelievably moved that it caused them to convert. Now, there's many questions in this first parak of Sefer Yonah, many things that we need to discuss. I want you to think about this obvious argument, even though it wasn't direct, between Hashem and Yonah. There were many back and forth situations here between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Yonah, when Hashem wanted Yonah to do something, and Yonah continued to persist and continued to go against Hashem's word. What was motivating Yonah to do this? Why wasn't Yonah willing to do what Hashem wanted him to do? And why did Hashem allow Yonah the opportunity to continue to run away from what he wanted him to do? And obviously, another major point that we have to continue to think about as we go through Sefer Yonah is why is it that this is the story that Hashem chooses for us to read as Yom Kippur is coming to an end, right? As the sun begins to set, as we end off Mincha, about to go into Ne'ilah, why is this the story, out of all the stories we can possibly read and think about, why is this story of Yonah, the one that we choose to read as we are closing up Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year? What is the message of Sefer Yonah? What is the story of Sefer Yonah? How is it so connected to the message of Yom Kippur? Another thing that we should really be thinking about as we go through the Sefer.